When I was in one of my journalism classes during my last year at university, my professor showed off a new lens set that he actually got for his smartphone. It used a little magnetic ring that stuck around your phone's camera, or since he had an iPhone, it actually just stuck on his iPhone's camera, and gave him a variety of different lens options that he could use to better enhance his photo taking abilities with his smartphone. Once I finally got a smartphone, because I was actually a bit behind on that market, I decided, yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I would love to be able to do that. So I looked around on Amazon, and he just said his was some generic set, and I looked around on Amazon, and this set had decent reviews, so I figured I'd pick it up. Not specifically for review, but just for trying, and I was horribly disappointed. The VicTsing, I believe is how you pronounce it, the VicTsing 4-in-1 lens kit for your smartphone is a waste of money, to be frank. You get 3 lenses, a telephoto lens, a wide angle lens, and then a fisheye lens, which actually splits in half to become a macro lens. And then you get a little baggie of sticky magnetic rings to put on your smartphone camera to allow the cameras to stick to, as well as a couple little keychain adapters for those rings for whatever reason. Seems pretty simple. If you're on the go, you're definitely not going to be able to keep up with keeping these lenses with you because there's no sort of carrying mechanism. There's not even a lens cap cover for the back of the lens, and they're so small that you're probably just going to lose them. But for taking stage-specific photos at home with a smartphone or video, they would work with video, seemed like a pretty good idea. I've used these on 2 different phones now, and I'm probably going to give them away or try to throw them away after I'm done finally making this video on it. On my Samsung Galaxy S4 smartphone, which is what I first tried using them for, all of them except the fisheye lens was pretty much unusable. The camera literally, with autofocus or anything, like it literally would not focus on anything through these lenses. They were lined up properly, there's nothing wrong with them. The camera on the Galaxy S4 for me had no problem focusing normally, but with these lenses on them, it just could not focus on any subject to take a picture. That's kind of a problem. Fast forward to my LG G4, and the camera, especially if I used manual focus, the camera was actually able to focus somewhat and take some pictures. The effects are kind of cheap. The lenses aren't that great quality, and so the wide angle lens looks super skewed and kind of weird. The fisheye lens looks just really awkward instead of a good balanced fisheye, and the macro was the only one worthwhile. I used the macro lens a little bit, and you can get, especially since the LG G4 already has some really super close macro capabilities, I was able to take a picture of the tiny screw on a corner of a hard drive and get a full-size picture of it that actually looks pretty good. However, on my LG G4, the magnetic rings that you're supposed to stick on the camera refuse to stay sticky on the camera. This may be because there were a few months between me using it on my Samsung Galaxy S4 and my LG G4, but using the brand, you know, the seal and the sticker is still on these magnetic rings because it came with a bunch of extras, so you can use it on multiple phones or just replace it when time comes. And I have put 2 different ones on there, and they've fallen off with just basic use and putting it in my pocket after 2 days. So what are the good things about these lenses? Well, if you can get them to work, you might get some slightly interesting pictures that you could have probably just done with Instagram or Photoshop anyway. The bad thing is they don't really work worth a crap. I don't like making hugely negative videos. I don't think that it creates a good atmosphere. However, when I get a product and I expect it to work and it literally just does not work, I feel it's important for people to know, and so a copy of this review will be going up on Amazon as well. But I just wanted to share my thoughts. If you know of a better brand or set of smartphone lenses that you say work better, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm actually in the process of using and reviewing this cinema mount case from Pixel Addicts for my phone, which adds a huge 37 to 46 millimeter lens to your smartphone and gives it this whole camera cinema mount with tripod mount and things like that. And so far I've been extremely impressed with this. So maybe it's just that these are cheap tiny lenses that aren't ever really going to be that great. But let me know if you've had good experiences with ones like these in the comment section down below. Be sure to check out links in the description below to our Patreon campaign where you can get early access to our videos by supporting via a monthly contribution, our social media pages, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos, especially if you want to see my review of this bad boy. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.